I get the appeal of wanting to grow globally. I really do. But to do that, you almost always have to change something about how you present yourself. And the more global something becomes, the more parts of it starts to get smoothed out, not erased, just softened according to where you are at. The first time I really noticed this was with BTS. I've been listening to BTS since middle school. Like Blood, Sweat, and Tears era, Spring Day era, Love Yourself era. Yeah. And I watched in real time as they slowly integrated themselves into American pop culture. And I don't say that as a bad thing. I actually find it very, very fascinating. What we're watching isn't just success in real time, it's translation, it's a cultural learning to cross borders. Korean culture and American culture are fundamentally different, not just in music, but in education, social expectations, and values. People sometimes compare Bollywood and Hollywood, and that comparison works here too. They're both film or music industries, right? But they operate on completely different cultural rules. One isn't better than the other. They're just built differently. In the US, individuality is emphasized. You're encouraged to explore, to change your mind, to prioritize self-expression. Childhood is treated like childhood. In South Korea, the mindset is different. From young age, whether it's academics or entertainment, the expectation is if you choose something, give it everything. Mentally, physically, emotionally, half effort isn't really an option. That mindset didn't come out of nowhere. It's shaped by history, particularly Confucian values, emphasizing discipline, hierarchy, and achievement. Success isn't just personal, it reflects on family and society. Entertainment, especially the idol culture over there, this creates something polished, intense, and controlled. And that's why BTS felt like such a turning point for that. After BTS, Korean media didn't feel niche anymore. It became mainstream. BLACKPINK, Stray Kids, ATEEZ, and not just K-pop. We got Squid Games, The Glory, Singles, Inferno. Suddenly, Korean media wasn't something you had to explain. It was there. When I was a kid, liking K-pop or K-dramas felt like liking anime. A little taboo, a little weird. I was introduced by my sister with EXO Monster, and subtitles weren't a barrier. A new language wasn't nothing new because I was already used to it before I watched anime. Now I even watch American shows with subtitles these days, so it's normal. But the shift is obvious. Korean artists are performing at Western war shows, K-pop plays in backgrounds of American TV or retail stores. Netflix is producing shows like EXO Kitty and The Korean Boyfriend. I'm not going to speak any more about that. Content blending Korean aesthetics with Western storytelling. Let's take a look at K-dramas. Traditional versus global. Traditional K-dramas move slowly, but not empty. They trusted silence, let moments linger, and allow discomfort to exist without rushing towards resolution. Think The Heirs, Replay 1988, Descendants of the Sun, or Healer. They're hour-long episodes, 16 episodes, but they're all hour-long, and it felt like we're on a train instead of going by plane, right? They didn't explain every emotion out loud. They trusted the audience to notice small things, to sit with tension, to grow alongside the characters over time. And that's why I really think montages work really well, because I'll be like, I forgot that happened in episode 1. I had to get used to it, obviously, because Western TV shows move differently. Kiss in episode 1, break up in episode 2, date someone in episode 3, cheat in episode 4, and somehow still have 7 seasons to go. Global AIM dramas work a little bit differently. The difference isn't always speed, it's containment. Emotions are clearer, conflicts repeat instead of evolving. Story stays within a safe emotional boundaries, not because creators are less talented, don't get me wrong, but because discomfort doesn't always translate internationally. The more people you try to reach, the safer the story has to feel. Take Nevertheless. It split audience. Some loved how real and messy it felt, the ambiguity, the push and pull, the lack of clear answers. Others found it frustrating and slow because the relationship keeps circling the same emotional space without really moving forward. That discomfort isn't intentional but controlled. Now compare that to Business Proposal. Fast, bright, emotionally straightforward, conflicts appear and resolve quickly. Tone stays playfully and safe, well made, accessible, and easy to export globally. Neither approach is better or worse. Let me get that out of the way first. It's just built for a different audience, and I love that so much. Now for the next point I want to make is K-pop styling. I feel like this is a good point too. It's exaggerated versus globally. You can see the shift in K-pop styling too. Early K-pop exaggerated differences. Bold, theatrical, performance first. BTS during Blood, Sweat, and Tears, with velvet blazers, oversized sleeves, accessories. EXO in a session with bright colors and futuristic cuts. Big Bang and Fantastic Baby, neon, leather, dramatic prints. Outfits designed to stand out and not blend in. Now compare that to Western pop. Back in the day, Ariana Grande or festive performers wore flashy but wearable outfits ish. Bodysuits, casual glam, sneakers, maybe throwing some high heels here and there. K-pop deliberately exaggerated visuals for spectacle. Let that be said. I'm going to say that. Yeah. Now fast forward to the global era that we're in now. Styling has shifted to be more universally appealing. NewJeans and muted streetwear attention hype boy, really the one that started it for me, because when I saw that I was like, oh, they give me Y2K. I haven't seen this in a while, so that's nice. BTS and retro pastels. Dynamite, butter. BLACKPINK and pink venom. Clean, elegant silhouettes. Jennie. Literally, her outfits are giving the most westernized outfits I've seen. I'm just saying, y'all. It's still stylish, still expressive, but globally accessible. Not better, just easier to sell worldwide. You get what I'm saying? And now, that's where the tensions starts. Going global doesn't erase cultural, it adapts it. But adaptation comes with a cost. As you can see, when fans got crazy in Korea for all those K-pop groups coming to the United States, y'all, I saw that. I was like, whoa, let's hold up. That was crazy. I was in that. I should say I was an observer in that. I was like, whoa. But now, it's okay. It's like normalized now. But now, cultural sharp edges soften, Silence gets shorter, stories explain themselves more. Slowly, the audience stops being trusted to fill in the gaps. This is a rant. Let me get that out of the way first. Global success brings money, visibility, and protection. And non-protection at the same time. But it raises a quiet question. How much can you change before you stop recognizing what made you special in the first place? Sometimes the most powerful parts of a culture are the parts that don't translate cleanly. And sometimes the very thing that made it unforgettable is the first thing that gets edited out. So the question isn't whether going global is bad or good. It's whether we're paying attention to what changes along the way. And maybe that's the most interesting story of all. Because we see this and it's so fascinating at the end of the day, like I said, to see how cultures come together and intertwine with each other, and how some people dislike it, some people love it. It's so beautiful at the end of the day. It almost reminds me of when Cheetah Girls did Dance With Me Can and the third one, Dance Me. It was a cultural impact on that too. So it's just a question to really think about and something to really look out for, especially if you want to get into the entertainment industry. You gotta be able to observe when things are shifting and when things are just being completely taken over by Western influence or even Korean influence or either other country influence. I'm just talking about Korea because I grew up with it. I know most about it. I really do. I really do think other countries deserve to be talked about too with this. But like I said, I can only talk about what I know the best, and that's Korean culture, because I've been in this for the long haul, y'all. I've been in this for the long haul. And with that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'll see y'all around. Bye bye.